Hello, my lovelies. Welcome to Second Opinion. I'm Ramona. Okay, so I'm gonna step right to it. Okay, so I got inboxed about an issue that a young lady is having. Okay, so she had a humiliating experience, very embarrassing. I'm not going to tell you what that is, guys. You don't need to know that, but we all can relate that we've had humiliating experiences, and sometimes it's so bad that we can't shake them out of our heads, and it just goes back and forth with, around and around. You spin that story around and around your head, and it doesn't help when you have other people just taunting you about it. It could be something that's, they're not trying to like hurt you like that. They think it's funny. You think it's like the death of the experience. It's like a deafening experience, and it's, we've all been there. We've all been there. But girl, take it easy, because she's, every time, for real. Okay, so every time she thinks about it, she gets really upset to the point where she starts crying. Okay, and for the past a week now, a few days, she's been tossing and turning in her sleep. I'm sensitive about it. But girl, this is an embarrassing situation for you, and it won't be a last. I promise you. It's not going to be your first embarrassing situation. It's not going to be a last. You're going to have some other ones up there, hopefully not as bad. You know what I mean? But we've all had really bad ones. You're not alone. It always helps to know when we're not alone. And I promise you, every butt-tea walking this earth has had a humiliating experience. And the truth of the matter is that you won't be forgetting about it. But believe me, there's going to be months and months and months and years maybe. Eventually you're going to get to that point where you're just not going to think about it anymore. Occasionally, upon occasion, when somebody talks about embarrassment, you're going to remember that one time that this thing happened to you. You're going to remember it. But, you're going to get over it. Don't worry, and don't worry about it. One thing you need to know is that we are not perfect. We fumble, we trip, okay? It happens. Welcome to human society. Okay, so, sorry about that. Itchy eyes. Okay. Now I want to tell you two experiences that I've had, so you're not alone, okay? Just deep breaths. Just try to squash it. Just try to sit down and see the funny in the situation, okay? Don't try to forget it. Just try to, live with it. Just try to understand that, okay, we all have embarrassing situations. You're not the only one who's had these experiences. People will tend to forget about it over time, okay? And just say, you know what? Learn to laugh it off with them. There you go. Okay? Learn to laugh it off with them. If you sit there all tense and you're like really looking like you're worried and stuff like that, people are going to like get a kick out of it. I'm sorry. Some people are mean like that. But if you laugh it off, and you just shrug it off, it might be like hardening to you, but don't let them know that. Just shrug it off. Just don't worry about it. Okay, so I'm going to, like I said, give you two experiences of mine that were really humiliating, okay? And I have not forgotten it. But it's like I said, when people talk about embarrassing situations, those are two. I have other ones, but those are two that do pop up. Okay, so here we go. Embarrassing situation number one. Okay, so 14 years old, I believe I was in the 9th grade. Okay, so it's after school. I'm walking to a friend's house. Okay, as we're walking, off in the distance, we see a bunch of boys sitting there, and they're just, you know, goofing off with each other, you know, and they happen to be really cute. And I was like, oh dang, you know, I'm like uncomfortable around boys anyways, because I get so I'm shy. Well, at that time I was like really shy. So okay, so we slowly approached them, and you know, my friend and I were looking at each other. We know that we're kind of like shy and like a little embarrassed to walk by them. I don't know, because they're like goofing around. They have, you know, so we're like talking about nonsense stuff to each other, smiling at each other like, oh my god, let's just get by. And we see them out of the corner of our eye. They catch our eye, like they catch us seeing us, you know, approaching to walk by. They stop chatting, they're smiling at us like that, and they're kind of giggling, you know, and then you feel like you're already like nerve-wracked. You're like, why are they giggling, you know? Okay, so we walked by. All of a sudden I felt something come loose down there. Okay, I had a skirt on. I had a skirt on, okay? All of a sudden I felt something, you know, and then nano of a second, I felt and I saw something down in my feet. My pad came loose, and I had to kick that mofo. I'm telling you, I don't know, it was like a miracle or something. I kicked that mofo to the side, and it fell into the gutter, you know, the street where on the curb, okay? That shit, sorry. Okay, so that mofo went into the curb. I don't know if they seen it, because they're still goofing about, like looking at us, goofing about, but making eye contact. So I don't know if they saw, but I grabbed my friend, sped walk down around the corner, and I had explained to her. She thought, oh my god, you can tell she wanted to die from laughing, but at the same time she felt my pain. Okay, there you go. I will never forget that. Okay, I'm going to tell you about experience number 2. It was summertime. I don't know how old I am. Probably about 11 years old, 11, 12, what have you. I think I'm going to say 11, okay? So I went over to a friend's house. It was scalding hot, kind of like it is right now, melting. So we decided to go to the pool. I didn't have a bathing suit. You know, she had her bathing suit. Of course, this is her home. We're leaving to go to the pool. And she was like, here, girl, just, you know, here, I have a leotard. Just throw that on. I'm like, oh, I don't care. She was like, is this okay? I'm like, oh, it's okay. It was a purple leotard. I'm like, I held it up. I'm like, it's fine. Just give it to me. Let's go. Hot. Walked through the desert. Not really, because I just remember it being really hot. Walked forever trying to get to the public DMC pool. I think that's what they call it. DMC, whatever. Anyway, so I go into the pool. Thank God we're there. I get into the water. Once again, there's laughing boys there. But, you know, I've learned to, no, I don't pay them any mind, whatever. What's current on my mind is I need to cool down. Okay, so I get in the water. All of a sudden, you know, I'm noticing that people are looking at me. And I'm like, oh my God, why are people always looking at me, laughing? No, but I was like, boys will be boys, you know, they're always giggling, goofing anyway. But so I'm swimming around, and so my friend at the time, I call her my cousin. So my cousin, she's not my real cousin. My cousin, she had called me aside. She was like, Ramona, she was like, girl, let me see something. And sure enough, she was like, she was like, girl, your bathing suit is see-through. Yep, apparently my bathing suit had gotten wet, okay? I mean, obviously it turned see-through when it got wet. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so humiliated, so embarrassing. I was like the worst. You know, so my cousin had talked to the lifeguard and was like, listen, explain the situation. And she was such a witch. You know, she didn't even allow me to go get my towel to cover myself up. Yes, as a female, you know, I don't, those ones that want to sit there and do nothing. Anyway, so I had to get out, and you know what? that was so humiliating, because number one, that would be embarrassing for anybody who had a see-through, if you happen to have a see-through bathing suit on. But number two, I was just developing and everything, you know, and we're all conscious about our bodies at that time, and you know, that was just messed up. That was a messed up. I'm still upset about that lifeguard who wouldn't let me get my towel. So we're kind of like doing like a scissor walk, trying to get back over. And let me tell you, that pool was long, and the deep end, you know, the deep end, the door, the exit and entrance door was near the deep end, so I couldn't go in the deep end. So it was a long walk all of it, and we're like, oh my god. And I'm like, stand behind me. No, she's like, stand behind me. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so humiliated. I will never forget that situation. Okay, so there you go. Two of my most embarrassing situations. I don't know if that's most embarrassing, but those are the two that always really pop up in my head. So girl, the last one, you know, some of them are not, you're not gonna laugh at in the end, you know. It's just like, it's once again, you just have to give yourself a break. Give yourself a break. Who cares? And knowing that other people, it happens to other people, embarrassing situations, that's what you gotta lean on and comfort up to. Cuddle up to that idea that you're not alone. This too shall pass. You know, you're not going, it's not going to, how you feel right now is not how you're going to feel a long time coming, okay, long down the road. It's not how you're going to feel. You're going to be just fine. Okay, girl. So, whew, that was some memories. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to let you go, and I hope that my advice has helped you. Anybody else watching this video, if you made it to the end of this video, please, if you have any questions, ask me down below. Somewhere up in here. Just leave a comment, a question, and I will try to answer it for you, give you a second opinion. Okay, thank you. Bye. Toodles. Hey, Serena.